Howdy y'all, welcome back to Rat's Nest Hot Rods. We are going to block sand the roof of a 65 Cadillac today and get that Harley Davidson over there really dirty in the process. Oh well. Putting down the white powder guide coat. I picked it up off of eBay. Like I've said before, I will never shoot black feather fill again. It's really hard for me to see the lows. And I sprayed it over the top of gray. So the highs look gray and the lows look white powdery. So what I had to do was use a can of spray paint. You'll see that get busted out here in the near future, so that I could see the low areas. So don't shoot black feather fill. Might work for somebody, but not me. I'll speed it up. I will be block sanding the whole thing with a 30-inch Durablock with 80 grit, and we'll jump in and put some filler on towards the end to fill any low spots and get this thing ready for another 3 coats of feather fill. Here's a quick tip for you. Don't be afraid to shape these longer blocks when you need to. Basically what you can see there, I'm pulling the paper off and then laying it on the roof to get that curve right and then sticking it back down. Works really good for what looks like a flat roof but isn't there towards the rear and the front of the car. Yeah, so think outside the box a little bit. Those things are meant to flex for you. But what you want to do is remove the sandpaper and then push the block down to it. You don't want to just force it around with the paper stuck in place, because then it will wrinkle and tear, and that's going to cause more work in the long run. Alright, so I've done the best that I could with the carbon powder white guide coat, and decided to bust out some spray paint to really help me see it. I can see the lows kind of, so I'm going to highlight them with some white spray paint and then spray kind of a mist coat over the rest of it. But like I said, I wasn't confident with knowing that I got everything taken care of on the car, so we'll spray this out with some white spray paint, let it dry, and start sanding it down. One other thing, most of it gets cut out but I do replace the sandpaper often. It makes a huge difference, and you get to a point where you're not getting a whole lot of return on your effort, and anybody that's worked a 30-inch block on any car, or especially a car of this size, knows that you want those strokes to count. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. What? 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 3, 4. Dig 'em up. Dig 'em up. Dig 'em up. Dig 'em up. Dig 'em up, motherfucker. Johnny is dead, no hands can hold him back.
Dissolving in a subway station, smart liquor, surprise attacks. Send his voice to the army, he don't need it anymore. Send his soul to the bathroom, he'll be as dirty as before. Get down now. Brother Bill got down, and when he got there, he did cry. The sisters of electricity, they heaved and they sighed. But the organist is assassinated, the devil's out on his parole. The fires keep getting hotter, the glacier's out of control. And it's goodbye to Cadillac, farewell to steel. Goodbye to the motion inside the memory of the wheel. The girls at the bus stop know exactly what I want, but I leave them over my shoulder cause they don't need what I got.
Here's something else I found particularly helpful. I grab a white pen. Well, depends on what color the primer is, of course, but a white paint marker pen, and I'm going to mark the lows that I need to go back and put body filler in. It helps me locate where I'm going to put the filler in, but also I can get those all marked out by eyeball, then come back and scuff the areas with some 80 grit on a soft block so that they have some tooth there. When I'm walking around sanding, or if I'm going to come back with body filler and it's curing, it's nice to be able to go right to the areas and feel like I know where all of the problem areas are. So it's a good tip, I think, and you're going to sand it back off anyway, so why not? Alright, time for some glazing putty. This is really thin. It's the shop brand, so they kind of rename it at Wesco, but it's a U-pole glaze, and it's really thin, and self levels really good, so I like to use it on these flat horizontal panels. So we're going to go back to all those areas that we marked and scuffed and fill them in with a little bit of glaze putty, and we're talking you need maybe a 1/16 of an inch or so. So we'll hit all those real quick and then come back, knock down the high spots with a DA, and then do a final block sand on those spots so that we can get this guy ready for some more feather fill.
Now what is that song that makes my ears bleed? I heard it on the radio at the dentist, and it really got through to me. And I searched every station, even left my house to go to the store. That song was never written, that poet was never born.
I find this helpful too when you're doing this much block sanding. If you're going to go back and do a quick fill with some glazing putty, don't be afraid to use the DA. Also, don't be a moron about it. Just kind of knock down your highs and then hit it with a block. That's what you're going to see me do here. It saves you a lot of time. I know a lot of people get freaked out about it, but if you do it with some care, you've got nothing to worry about. And if you do screw it up, just put some more body filler on it. It's not the end of the world. Give it a shot. It really does speed you up.
Now Sister Sue, dressed in blue, spent that poet's very last chance. Now she sits in forgotten motor inns, watching reruns of MASH. Swallowing 7 of these and 4 of those, with a glass in every hand. When the cops found her, she was canceled. Now she smiles when she can. And sweet Nora had a hole in her heart, same shape as a man. She woke up to the sound of the garbage trucks, but she couldn't understand. This big city ain't no place for no shy violet. Now the jet planes and the McDonald's, and they're cooking up the pilot. Now it's now goodbye to Cadillac, farewell to steel, goodbye to the motion inside the memory of...
And there you have it, folks. Fully blocked out. Don't use black feather fill. Fully blocked out. Go back and glaze fill your lows. DA, block it out. It's ready for another shot of feather fill. All right. Thanks for watching and subscribing. I'll show a little bit of video of what we got coming up next. Yeah, back to the sides. We're going to do a final block on the areas with the yellow body filler, and then get this thing into its next 3 coats of feather fill. And in real life, or in real time, I'm on the 3rd lift of feather fill on the car, and I've been block sanding it today and taking a break to make this video. So the progress is going well. The videos are a little bit behind, but you know how it is. Car comes first. All right, guys. Peace and grease, sucker.